Because my hand is useless after I play Healbot and True Silver. If I do get low with it, I'm effectively doing nothing that next turn.
Watch your back.
I will fight with honor.
I kind of have a low opinion of Muster in this deck, and especially against Rogue. One fan of knives. An important distinction is that I don't have any good fan of knife targets, kind of. Pretty much never, right? So by getting a Muster there, I'm giving him a good fan of knives target. Whereas normally in my deck I have none. Pretty much a 2-4. He can dump his hand fairly fast for the Sapper, but it kind of forces him to do so, and the other options are a 1-4 and a 3-3, so...
My eyes are open. The battle.
I'm going to take minion trades, so I don't overcommit to AoE, and just taking minion trades in general against Rogue. That way when I finally can't make those minion trades, then I still have the backup True Silver charges. Because it's rare to be able to get good minion trades against Rogue. I couldn't dump his hand. What is this? 6 or more cards. So yeah, he's not willing to, or he couldn't. Still took the 6 damage. Those scares paid off huge. Because my hand is... Because this deck has so many situational cards, like I was thinking of using Loot Hoarder and things like that, but I like how the scares have been working out. They basically give me things to do while my deck is also running so many situational cards. Like if I didn't have the Scarabs here, if you look at this hand, it would have been much weirder to just do anything. Even though they didn't exactly do much, they're just... That whole like early game was... The Scarabs were basically my early game, I guess. Alright, let's kind of take a risk. Because I have kind of guaranteed board clear regardless.
Reporting for duty. Excuse me. The battle! I must move quickly.
I'm on the offensive. He's been playing slow. I guess like a Warrior Hero Power heal for 2. It's good generally. This is also good just because I really like Hero Power's work on the mathematical life total of either player, Priest, Druid, Hunter, Mage kind of. Mage isn't as good, it's only +1, but this deck usually has enough tools to control the board without a Hero Power. The Hero Power is just there to affect life total. Normally healing yourself, but yeah, I like it in this situation. I could just put him all in by Hero Powering him over 10 turns. Oh, not necessarily, because I have True Silver and Consecrates. Murlocs also can double up as Chargers damage, so...
This guy's toast.
If he's holding, I kind of have a very good hand against the hold, because if he's holding, it's very likely he's going to be flurrying next turn. I wish I had enough power to trade, but I don't. Not on board, so I'm going to have to trade silver. This whole Acolyte thing over hero power might be fairly close.
For justice.
It is important for me to watch out for the Loatheb turn. I think the big thing I need to keep in mind is that Equality Pyro can clear through Loatheb 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. Do I need to do 6 more? Wait a minute. Oh, that's with the weapon. Oh yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna go all in. Not really all in, but a lot of leeway here. I'll save this in case he heal bots, but I'm threatening lethal with double consecrate, hero power 6 plus the 10 from my weapon. So yeah, I definitely am playing the Murloc War Leader into Blade Fury just because it gives me lethal if he doesn't heal.
I'm ready to learn.
For justice.
Got him. 100 hero power is good.
Uther versus Malfurion.
I must protect the one.
I will fight with honor.
I was losing a lot to Paladin yesterday, and I added Harrison Jones, especially for Tyrion. Hasn't been as many Harrison classes today. I'm a little bit more tempted to get rid of the Charger if I have a True Silver Kill Knife Juggler. I'm going to curve out here. If he ends up playing Shredder, I don't play the other War Leader though. I'm just going to play Peacekeeper on the Shredder, otherwise I'm playing the other War Leader. I do need to think of like the tempo gain versus the card gain, because very likely I'm going to Peacekeeper and turn 4 against a 5-drop. Murloc War Leader into Bear 1/6 trade so well, attacking into 1/3, then I have 2 3/2s, or yeah, 3/2 and a 3/3 line up pretty good. Peacekeeper can farm like cards from it, which is also good. So say I play Acolyte, plays Bear, it's a 1/5 Bear after, get a card.
Move quickly.
The problem is it's not exactly easy to use Acolyte later on, but from the past, my experience has been always value tempo against Druid more than card advantage or cycle. I guess he can charge into the Acolyte if it's a bear, that's true. That wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing for me with the True Silver, and then I can save that Acolyte.
Where shall I strike?
I'm actually quite weak to that as well. Yeah, so it definitely I guess it makes more sense to play Acolyte, since that was less weak to the charge. I need to develop a minion here. This is better than using True Silver still. 4/1's kind of hard to deal with, and this allows me to deal with Emperor a little bit easier. Ogre Mass Move, thanks for subbing. Welcome to the StrifeCro.
Where shall I strike?
Crowfist. Let's say he plays Ancient Allure.
I must move quickly. Follow the rule. Reporting for duty.
I needed that top deck. I was gonna have a hard time against Dr. Boom no matter what I did.
I have no time for games.
For justice.
Swing face for some healing here, actually. I could swing into Sylvanas, make the trade, but he can also kill his own Sylvanas if it's a 5-1 very easily and steal my Acolyte. Even if he kills my Acolyte here with a spell, I can still hammer Wrath as long as I have the True Silver charge. It's also risky to just smack the Sylvanas, especially with potential combo coming up.
For justice.
Let's see what I get. I'm very likely playing Pyromancer after, I think. Totem is pretty good, actually.
I must move quickly.
Actually, yeah, let's get Totem. Wait a minute. I'm gonna take Life Tap. Play out Pyromancer this turn. I have a lot of taunts and healing in my hand. And then I'm not going to be tapping for a while, but maybe I'll tap, say, turn 10 or 11 if I can stabilize. I might need to keep up the long game as well.
For justice.
Yeah, this is a fairly good pick, especially after picking up the second heal bot. Might need to cycle through to get some other things, and the fact that he played an Ancient Allure, now he has cards like Druid. If they don't get the Ancient Allure, maybe sometimes they run out, and I don't really need a life tap. Try to stabilize with anything, but
Elune, guide my lands.
even if I top deck the Anyfin, Bluegill doesn't seem that good here. I could tap and play and heal bot and Bluegill. I don't feel like I'm going to be attacking anything. I'll try to pick up a better True Silver opportunity. Important distinction is my 3/3s contest the Shredder anyways right now, without the True Silver. So he's starting to like run out of steam. Last cards in his hand should be situational combo cards and Innervate. No Innervates being played, which Innervates are good generally for me, like dead cards sometimes late game. Okay, so the greedy trade of trading like this, leaving up a 3/1, then charging the Shade isn't that great. Because then I can't deal with the Loatheb next turn. I'm going to kill Loatheb with these guys, and then kill this. Because the other way I'm leaving up a True Silver and a Loatheb, and I can't really use that 5/5 against a 4-attack weapon.
I must safeguard the land.
So his last cards are certainly, almost certainly combo and Innervate. It might even be exactly Force Nature Savage or Innervate, but hopefully for my sake it's maybe 2 of 1, like 2 Savagers or 2 Force Natures, are better. we are approaching the point where I've already played all on Murlocs, so I just need to play the Anyfins.
I must move quickly.
Since I already have a 4 and a 5, I don't even need to tap into anything to play with Old Merc Guy if I want to play Old Merc Guy before anything. Let's see, this is my only Murloc left. All the other ones have died already, so
I must safeguard the land.
let me do some math real quick. If I play Merc Guy, it's going to be, each one of those is going to be 6 damage right now. So 6 plus 6 is 12. I can't kill him. With Merc Guy, though, it's going to be 18. And then with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Murlocs, 18 plus 5 is 23. He has 21. So if I play Merc Guy here in Harrison, I would win on the Charger. Okay, but I need to survive. So 14, 18, 22. I would die playing this move. Looks like I'll just try to... I need to play anything now. Clear 2 minions. That'll make combo do 18 damage. Hopefully it doesn't double combo. Kind of hard though, he hasn't played Emperor. So his cards have to be exactly Force Nature Savage or Innervate Savage or very unlikely. I mean, I can just win off the board. I don't need to one-shot him. I can win off the board plus land hands for healing or something. Or even just charge our Old Merc Guy at him, probably kill him.
Time waits for no one.
I just throw slow rolling me. He has to combo to clear here.
I can see.
What I'm like learning is that life tap is not very good against any deck that's throwing your life total. It's kind of obvious in some way, but it's like as good as that hero power is, oftentimes it doesn't work very well. That game I life tap once. I mean, I wouldn't have used any hero power that much, but if I got Shaman one, I would have used it twice that turn. I think I passed with 2 mana at one point and didn't even life tap. Pretty much either way, it's certainly not a godsend unless you're playing against a deck that doesn't threaten your life at all. Maybe like Control Warrior or other hand locks. And life tap also, another thing I learned is it really shines early. So against slow decks. Later on in the game, I think it matters kind of less. If you can Myrtle 10 on 1 against Handlock or Control Warrior and get life tap, that's gonna be like excellent, but so the whole mini bot no muster, I guess addressing one at a time, they're not together, you know. So muster, I found that 3/1/1s wasn't so great. My deck doesn't really get AoE'd right now, and the 3/1/1s, I don't have Quartermaster, and I don't have ways to snowball the 1/1s. I'm also not an aggro deck. Like, say Secret Paladin doesn't run Quartermaster, but they have a lot of ways to snowball minions, Competitive Spirit, Blessing Kings. And they don't care about their life total as much, so that Light's Justice affects the game a lot for them. They can use that Light's Justice very aggressively. For a deck like mine, using that Light's Justice for the mini-bot, it's very hard to get a lot of value from it. Not really value for face damage or 4 turns that much. And using a 1-attack weapon to remove minions like slowly is costing me too much life. Mini-bot is another kind of thing. My deck is fairly situational. Like I talked about it before, but my goal is to, when I can stabilize, actually want to be able to not lose the game. Like after I stabilize the board. So running too many Chow / mini bot type minions, while it does allow me to win the board earlier or more consistently, I lose too many games after to an unanswerable minion with less alters and big game hunters. I guess the argument is I'm using Scarab. But since my deck is running so many situational cards, Scarab gives me something to do. If you look at the curve, I have like not too much going on from the early game. And actually Scarab gives me like Peacekeeper and Muster a lot, so let's contest this. It's almost as good as using the Peacekeeper onto a 3-3. And plus I kind of do a Zombie Chow, Sir Finley Merkleton. He's actually amazing. He's won me so many games just off of the battle cry, switching hero powers. My deck doesn't utilize Paladin hero power very well. And just to hold Discover, I can choose the one in the right situation.
We hunger for vengeance.
Choose soon.
He's playing a control rogue, I believe.
For justice.
Let's go ahead and kill this Murloc. Zombie Chow, I'm not healing for a 5 right now. I'd rather... Okay, so there's no point in killing Zombie Chow or Merkleton. This 1-1, since I don't have minions, spell power is not that relevant. Like, I don't expect to Eviscerate face or anything like that, so... I also might want to play these two next turn, so I really need to kill his Murloc. Unfortunately, he swapped out his hero power and my Harrison kind of got countered. Not expected. But what does that mean if he's using Sir Finley? It means that he's either running other weapons, like Assassin's Blade, which I can get anyways, or it means that I'm just kind of screwed on Harrison, and that he's not running anything, because... But that would also mean that he's not running Deadly Poison and Oil. There's no way you run Finley if you... Like, it doesn't make sense, right? You have to choose one or another. Have other weapons, or just run no weapon buffs at all.
For justice.
I like this more than the Chargers. Even if he does kill it with spell power, the 1-2 slime contests his board a lot. Plus the other way is even weaker to spell power, I almost feel, because I would charge down maybe the Zombie Chow. I guess it makes sense to charge down the Blood Mage, because at that point Fan Knives with spell power would be pretty scary.
Choose soon.
I'm gonna remove this first. Even if there's a taunt, like say a 2-2 taunt, I can just kill a 2-2 instead of 1-3. It's not a big deal. It's not good. Well, I can take this free-ish kill.
Hey, pal, Trade Prince Gallowix here.
I'm trying to analyze this deck. Shredder, Raptor, Trade Prince, Sir Finley. It's kind of a tempo-based deck.
I must move quickly.
That belongs in a museum.
Reporting for duty.
I feel like he might have Assassin's Blade in his deck, judging by the cards he's running. Unfortunately, though, for me, I do kind of need a way to deal with this instead of just sitting back and waiting to lose the game. He might or might not. I would definitely wouldn't be surprised to see Assassin's Blade. I'm not sure what to do here. The thing is, if once he clears my board, I can't equality I'd have to give him a Consecrate. Right now, I can just give him an equality. I also have an answer to Dr. Boom with Big Game Hunter, so if I equality plays Dr. Boom, I can still kill it. The downside is giving him equality is extremely painful.
Reporting for duty. The battle.
Especially since this anything, because he's At least I'm assuming that he might not have Blade Flurry in his deck. Now my True Silver out doesn't really even work. I guess I could either Equality here, Hammer. Hope to get it. I'm just gonna stall out, I guess, now.
Reporting for duty. From the depths I come. Where's my cat? To battle! Where's my cat? I'll be back. Move quickly. The battle! Who knows what secrets will uncover?
I'm gonna have to try to get the second any Finkin happens. Oh, that's pretty good. I know he has the Equality Consecrate. I just gave him an Equality Consecrate. The good thing about keeping these two coins is I could play Bluegill Warrior and Anyfin the same turn. A Nubarak is definitely putting me all in, but hopefully I can stall out long enough. Because if I get a second Anyfin, he'll die over 2 turns, no matter what health he's at. Now that I played this guy, maybe there's 2 Finleys that's died, and Finley isn't very good because he has Equality. So without the second Bluegill Warrior, I might not have enough charters. Is the problem? Because the board control the next turn is not going to be too relevant. Actually, that's pretty good for me. I might be able to win through the board. He only has 1 Equality. If he's not running Blade Flurry, which is very hard without any weapons in his deck, I can play Anyfin here. I'll get 2 Murloc War Leaders, 2 Sir Finleys, and 1 Bluegill Charger. That's pretty crazy. Oh, I haven't played my Finley yet. Oops. I guess it's still decent. Let's go ahead and take this guy out. Oh, that's better for me. Actually, might not be better for me. It's better for me sometimes, because if there was 2 Finleys, then 4 Finleys would die after this first one. And then I have a lower chance of OTKing him. I got a tier donation from The Brawler. Hey StrifeCro, how long do you think it'll take for unique and off-meta decks to consistently appear in pro tournaments and matches? Answer is never, basically. Unless someone's willing to lose tournaments to showcase the deck, or if they don't know better, like if they think that the deck is actually better than it is. The bigger Hearthstone gets, the less off-meta and unique decks there will be, because the more people try to figure out the game, the more unlikely it is for anyone to come up with something special, because it's not special if anyone else knows about it, kind of. So the smaller the game, the more likely that's going to happen. There's no counterspell for Paladin. I just need this last Anyfin. Check for revenge or something. That didn't do anything. Would it be crazy to coin out of Scarab? What am I saving my coin for? Land hands with a coin allows me to play a 4-drop. That's what I was saving for before. If I didn't get a 4-drop, I guess I'll save. I don't see much of a point in coining out of Scarab. Now that I already used my both Blue Guild Warriors, I don't need to save coin for Blue Guild plus anything anymore, though. I think he's just a straight-up control deck. He's like a grinder rogue is what it is. A Nubarak is a grinder card. He's not running Malygos or anything like that. It's just straight up, he's trying to grind me out. This isn't going to work out for him because it costs 9 mana. I can big game hunter it. So I can land hands here and not discard. Okay, there we go. We got it.
I've got a beast in my sight. I'll be back.
There's still a 4/4. I guess I'm ignoring it. There's no point that I see where I have to kill it. Just play anything next turn and win the game. I think 3 Blue Guild Warriors have died, which is a weird how it's weird how that turned out. Usually 2 or 4, but I played 1 Blue Guild, then I rezzed, then I played 2nd Blue Guild. I've never played Meister Finley. Okay, so I haven't played Merc Guy yet. 3 Blue Guilds. Let's say there's been 4 War Leaders. Let's say worst case scenario, 4, 3, and 1 Merc. Actually, realistically, I actually can't kill him. If I get 4 War Leaders, it's going to be 8 each. That's exactly 30. If I get 4 War Leaders and 3 Blue Guild Warriors, I kill him. But there's also been a Sir Finley that's died twice. So that's almost impossible.
I must move quickly.
I'm gonna wait for my Merc Guy. That'll give me a much higher chance. The thing is, I need to win with this combo because it's the last thing I got in my deck. So I'm gonna kind of... I can survive a long time. I still have another equality. The thing is, there are Nubaraks, but that's his whole turn. And since a Nubarak takes like 3 turns to kill me, plus I have a heal bot, it's okay. I got a 2 domination from Nightmare. Hey StrifeCro, why doesn't Blizzard create more cards to counter aggro decks instead of making cards that never see play? Because the meta is 95% face rush, making gameplay require no brain activity. I'm not going to play this Smirgleton. I'll answer a question in a second. Sword Justice is a good amount of face damage, but I still have a Trucer left in my deck. This is so good to help stall out the game.
My hand is too full.
I mean, aggro decks are just strong. It's not that they don't create more cards to counter aggro decks. There's been tons of cards that are created that are great against aggro. It's just you have to create cards that are good for every deck. So, Sludge Belcher, Heal Bot, Mind Control Tech, Armor Smith. I mean, there's... You could just... I don't know. I don't really understand the question. Because they do make cards that are good against aggro. I'm gonna go all in here.
I'm almost out of cards.
I'm actually thinking maybe trade this in first. He can stall out the game. I'm missing 3 damage and 6 damage next turn, but I think a Murloc makes more sense. Because he's the one that... I don't know, I feel like... Oh, it's pretty close 2-1. I was going to say I'm all in anyways. I'm going to just do this.
I'm almost out of
So if he doesn't
cards.
kill this, it's fine, right? Because it just grows. If he kills it, it comes back. I want to make sure that I can kill him with any fin next turn. It is kind of scary, though. The scary thing is I can't get rid of taunters anymore. But the unscary thing is Rogue, I don't know if he can necessarily clear the anything. So even if I don't kill him, it's not like a game over. I'm not sure how easy it is for them to clear anything that happens as a rogue. I don't think it's even possible. It's 30. Got lucky enough with the Myrtleton.